Hello, Anne Arundel Medical Center. I first just want to say thank you so much for the courage that you have in all the protection that you are providing Anne Arundel County. It means so much to me and so much to all of us. And that's kind of where this came about, is how can I in some ways serve? So I'm hoping that these short little videos come in handy to help you manage symptoms of anxiety and stress that may come up during all of this. So thank you. My name's Tina Lanzoni. I'm a yoga therapist, and this is my daughter Gabby. And it is my intention to teach you yogic techniques to help to manage stress and anxiety. Today we're going to learn something that's called crocodile breathing, and it's a form of diaphragmatic breathing that is done lying prone, lying on your belly. It is a practice that engages the diaphragm, which a lot of breathing techniques do. And typically when there's a lot of stress and anxiety, we tend to breathe into the chest, and that just zaps us of our energy and tends to increase any emotional tension. So learning how to breathe diaphragmatically with the feedback of the floor as you're lying on the belly will help to manage these emotions. And also another great thing about doing this breath on your belly, especially during COVID-19, is the oxygen moves more towards the back of the lungs. So I'm going to have Gabby begin by simply lying down on her belly, and I'll show you kind of how you should be in this position. Her legs are going to be roughly about shoulder distance apart. She's lying with one hand resting on top of the other, and so most of the weight is centered right here in her abdomen. Now if you wanted to kind of lift the chest a little bit more, Gabby could pull her elbows in, still resting her forehead down there. If that causes any discomfort in any way, then certainly just let everything be relaxed. Yeah, just like that. The other thing is, as you're lying there, if there is any kind of impingement in the shoulders, you can play with the width of the arms or the hands in this. So you want to feel comfortable. And the first thing that you want to do as you lie there is, let's say that this is after a stressful day and your mind may be really, really ramped up. So you want to start to bring your awareness into your body. And so at first, just by feeling sensations of heaviness in the body, you could just lie there and just allow the body to sink. So just kind of feeling the body sinking down. Notice if there's, as you go through the body, if there's any sense of holding or gripping in the body, and see if you can just soften the tension just a bit. Paying particular attention to the area around the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders. And then allow your awareness to go into your belly, and just allow the abdomen to rest really heavily on the ground. Now in this pranayama practice, in this breathing technique, you're actually trying to direct the breath down into the lower lobes of the lungs. So the first thing is just to start to slow the breath down. As you slow the breath down, begin to feel the feedback of the abdomen pushing down into the mat as you breathe in, and the abdomen moving away from the mat as you breathe out. So maybe spend just about 30 seconds trying that now. You inhale, the abdomen pushes into the mat, and maybe you can look at the exhalation as just a softening breath or a letting go. Or maybe every time that you breathe out, that exhalation just brings you into present moment. Once you've started to feel that connection of your abdomen pushing down into the floor, I then ask that you would begin to just deepen the breath a little bit. Now, as the breath has nowhere to go because the belly has nowhere to go because it's pressing into the mat, you'll begin to maybe you can see this on Gabby, as she breathes in and her belly pushes down, there's a rising in her low back, and that's exactly what you want to start to feel. And really nice to help to release low back tension as well. So you breathe in and the belly rises up on the inhalation, and it causes the low back to expand upward. And you breathe out and the belly falls in, and there's this feeling of kind of letting go on the exhalation. So knowing that this might take a little time, just explore that for a moment. See, as you breathe in and the belly pushes down, if you can begin to feel, do I feel my back rising up as I inhale? And on the exhalation, can I just soften and begin to just imagine tension just leaving the body? And then do that for maybe 2 or 3 more breaths. Back rises as you breathe in. Back falls as you breathe out. As the lungs begin to warm up, and then maybe in time, might not happen today, might take a month or so. But as the lungs start to warm up, you can then begin to breathe, not only feeling that breath causing the low back to rise up, which again you'll see, but you'll start to see Gabby's side ribs beginning to flare. And so you breathe in, the low back rises up, the side ribs begin to flare, and you can see this just all broadening. And then you breathe out, and that is your surrender breath. And so I want you to do that just for a few more breaths. This should be practiced anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes a day to really engage the parasympathetic nervous system. And once you get used to this deep breathing, the next thing that you can do is just to make the exhalation a little bit longer than the inhalation. And really empty those lungs. So that's it. That is crocodile breathing. Really nice thing to do before you go to bed, right? Especially if you've had a stressful day, just to, again, to calm the nervous system and to release any tension from both body and mind. And it's amazing what 10 minutes a day can do. Also, this is really going to teach you to not go into that habitual chest or clavicular breathing, and really learn to make a habit of breathing diaphragmatically. So I thank you for this opportunity to share this with you. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. Just making that commitment to doing it a little bit every day, I promise you will make a big change. Thank you. Namaste.